Alright, in this lesson we're going to look at the development process. You're going to learn how to create a value proposition. You're going to sketch a graphic example, and that you're going to do a sitemap, storyboard, and wireframe. And I'll show you examples of these towards the end of this PowerPoint. And you're going to create an early graphic design of your home page. Okay. Things to think about during the lesson: list stages in addition to discovery in the design process. Briefly explain each. So what are the stages of designing a web page? And then you're going to be able to describe 3 prototypes used in web design and briefly explain each. A value proposition is a clear statement of a tangible results a visitor gets from your website. Okay? The more specific the value proposition, the better. So basically, a value proposition is, why should a customer buy, visit, or join what your client has to offer, and not a competitor? So basically, since you're doing your website on a community issue, why should the customer or the teacher, like me, the grader, want to continue looking at your website? So basically, you're just going to have one sentence or a couple sentences saying what's so good about your website and what you're going to tell me through your website. A value proposition is not a slogan, okay? It's not a list of features. It's not a sales pitch. It's not an elevator speech. And it's not a mission statement. Okay? You're just telling me why your website's good and what you're going to cover in your website. Okay? Value proposition, the question you would ask a client is, what do you see the benefits? What do you see as the benefits to the customer if they deal with your particular company, class, or club? Okay? So what is a benefit? What benefits am I going to get by reading and visiting your website? Alright, we're going to skip this quick task. So what you should look at is, you're going to look at different possibilities. You're going to visualize some solutions, discovered issues. You're going to create a design based on information that you want to present in navigation, and you're going to develop an early graphic design. So here starts the exploration process. Your first item you're going to turn in is what's called a sitemap. Okay? So hopefully you have an idea of what your web page is going to be about. And you can start doing your sitemap, which will be a Dropbox assignment that's attached to this lesson. So a sitemap is just a text outline of the entire site. So this is what a sitemap is right here. They have the home page, and then the next page will be the bylaws of the club, and then they have a schedule, and on this page, schedule page, they have a bit about the first semester, second semester, and then they have a separate page dedicated to pictures, and then they have their last page are directions for joining. So some of this sitemap is going to be dictated by the rubric, because there's certain items that you have to include in your web page. Another type of exploration, and to help you get started, are called storyboards. And this is another item that needs to be turned in. Real quick, this sitemap can be done in Word, and you can write it in an outline. The storyboard, if you want to use something like Inspiration or a drawing program where you can do this kind of a word web type thing, that's fine, or you can draw it out. It doesn't matter. So you have the home page, and then each one of these boxes is a page. So they're going to have a page about the club. They're going to have the class rules. They're going to have a calendar of events, and they're going to have how you're graded. And then they're going to have contact information, lecture notes, and assignments. Okay? So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages for this website. Yours is not going to be that in depth. I think we'll look at the rubric here, but if you go to the video explaining this project, I think it's 4 or 5 pages for your website. But you still need to do a storyboard outlining what links. And also on the storyboard, we have a link from the home page to each one of these, and then off the calendar page there's a link to this. So the calendar page has 2 additional links, and so does the about page. Okay. The other thing you're going to turn in is a wireframe, and this is a shell showing the actual pages will look like. So notice they draw out their web page. They say where the banner, here's the header banner. They're going to put a logo in there too. The navigation goes over here. They're going to have an image of a hero. They're going to have announcements and updates over here. They're going to have grades and calendars, and then a footer which you will need for this website, which needs your copyright information. Simply, your copyright information is all you do is you can insert the symbol with the C and then the date, or whatever today's date might be for you. Alright, so review. We're going to target a specific audience for your website, and you're going to make sure that you're thinking about that. We're going to focus on content rather than technology. We've talked about that. We're going to open with a splash page. You're going to have user-friendly navigation system. You're going to organize, and you're going to do all this stuff down here. Remember, we're not using forms, so we don't have to worry about that. And you're going to think about what styles you're going to put in your style sheet. Your value proposition, you have an assignment. It's just simply you're going to write it out and submit it. Okay, you got to answer this question: what benefits do you see, what do you see as the benefits to the customer if they deal with this particular company, class, or club? Okay, you're going to work. I would share it with your family, or you can share it with me to make sure it's going down the right track. You're going to submit it to me, and I am your client as well as the instructor, and you're going to do it via a Dropbox. And a good idea would be to look for ideas, examples of your ideas on web, and record the URLs of what you want your website to look like, and that you can reference them later when you're actually designing your website. And then you're also going to turn in all these. You're going to turn in a sitemap, you're going to turn in a storyboard, you're going to turn in a wireframe. Okay? And so those are the exploration, those are to help you get the exploration done. And also that's what's called the rapid prototyping phase, where you create sketches and drafts of the 3 types of prototypes. Remember, the 3 types were 1, sitemap, 2, storyboards, 3, wireframes. Alright, and that's it for this lesson.